Welcome to Unreal Silence, where every story hides a truth darker than your imagination. Tonight, we open the gates to a place long abandoned, a place that was once home to animals, but now belongs to something else. This is The Beast. In the abandoned zoo, the camera opens on a rusted signboard half hidden under vines. The letters are faded, but you can still make out the word City Zoo. The entrance gate hangs open, swinging slightly with the cold wind. Grass grows wild across the broken pathway, and silence fills the air, not the peaceful silence of nature, but the suffocating silence of a graveyard. The legend says the zoo was shut down almost 20 years ago. At first, the official reason was funding cuts, but whispers told a different story. One by one, animals had started disappearing. Cages found broken, some from the inside, some from the outside, as if something had been moving freely between them. When workers went missing, the zoo shut its gates forever. Since then, no one dared to go near, except a group of explorers with cameras, hungry for the thrill of the unknown. The story begins with them, 4 friends, laughing nervously as they record themselves entering through the cracked gates. One of them jokes, "Bet we'll find a ghost lion in there," but their laughter is uneasy. The deeper they go, the colder the air becomes. The sound of leaves crunching under their boots echoes too loudly in the emptiness. They pass the first enclosure, what used to be the bird aviary. The wire mesh is torn open, bent in strange angles. Inside, bones lie scattered, some clearly from birds, but others too large, too human-like. The explorers glance at each other, their cameras shaking slightly. One whispers, "What the hell happened here?" As they move deeper, the cages grow stranger. Some bent outward as if an animal broke free, others twisted inward as if something had forced its way in. The metal bars are marked with claw scratches, not like a tiger or a lion, but something longer, sharper, unnatural. Then comes the sound, low, guttural, not a growl, not a hiss, but both at once. It drifts from the shadows of the old lion enclosure. Their flashlights swing toward the noise, catching only the glint of something. 2 faint glowing eyes in the darkness. The explorers freeze. The camera zooms in, shaking slightly, as one whispers, "Did you see that?" The eyes blink once, and then vanish into the shadows. The group debates whether to go further, their breaths heavy and nervous. But curiosity wins. They push forward into the deeper parts of the zoo, unaware that they've already been noticed. The first part ends as the camera lingers on the broken lion's den sign, its letters dripping with rust, while the faint sound of claws dragging against metal echoes in the background. The explorers move deeper into the zoo, their flashlights cutting weak beams through the thick mist that hangs low to the ground. Every sound feels louder here, the crunch of gravel under their shoes, the rustle of leaves overhead, the creak of rusted cages swaying with the breeze. One of them mutters nervously, "Why does it feel like this place is watching us?" They pass the old reptile house, its glass windows shattered long ago. Inside, dried vines crawl over broken tanks. A stench of rot lingers in the air, though nothing has lived here for years. On the wall, smeared handprints, not animal paw prints, but human hands, trail across the cracked tiles. One explorer records them, whispering, "These look fresh. They shouldn't be here." Suddenly, a loud metallic bang echoes through the zoo. Everyone freezes. Their cameras swing wildly, trying to catch the source. A cage door slams shut somewhere in the distance, though no one is near it. A chill creeps down their spines. They continue forward, trying to convince themselves it's just the wind. But then they hear it again, the same unnatural growl they heard before, only closer this time. Low and guttural, vibrating through the air. The explorers exchange nervous looks, fear creeping into their eyes. One suggests leaving, but the leader shakes his head. "If we capture this on film, it'll make us famous." They arrive at the big cat enclosures. The cages here are torn apart, bars bent outward like soft wire, chains snapped as if they were toys. On the ground lie bones, some clean, some still wrapped in scraps of dried flesh. Among them is something that makes their blood run cold. A human shoe, ripped apart and stained with what looks like old blood. The cameraman zooms in, whispering, "Guys, someone was here before us." Then, from the shadows, the sound of claws dragging across metal fills the air. Screech, screech. The explorers whip their lights toward the sound. For just a moment, they catch it, a figure, tall and hunched, darting between the cages. Its movement is too fast, too unnatural. The camera shakes violently as one of them screams, "What the hell was that?" They chase the sound, though their fear is nearly overwhelming. Their lights land on a wall marked with claw gouges so deep they slice straight through the metal. As they record, the growl comes again, this time right behind them. The camera spins, and for a split second, the lens captures it, a monstrous silhouette. Its limbs are too long, its head tilted unnaturally, its glowing eyes staring directly into the camera. The shot lasts only seconds before the lights cut out, plunging everything into darkness. Panic erupts. Screams, hurried footsteps, the frantic rustle of equipment. One flashlight flickers back on, revealing a trail of blood smeared across the ground. One of the explorers has fallen. The others shout his name, their voices trembling, but only silence answers. The part ends with the camera lying sideways on the ground, recording their panicked breaths as the growl grows louder, circling them. In the dark, the camera, still lying tilted on the cracked pavement, shakes as one of the explorers picks it up. His breathing is heavy, frantic, whispering over and over, "Where is he? Where did he go?" The missing friend's name echoes in the night, but the only answer is silence. Silence and the slow, steady sound of claws scraping against metal. They move carefully, flashlights trembling in their hands, searching the pathways between cages. Every shadow feels alive, every creak of rusted steel makes their hearts race. The zoo feels like a labyrinth, twisting and endless, the paths overgrown with vines that curl like skeletal fingers. At last, they find something, a torn backpack, lying beside a shattered cage. The zipper has been ripped apart, contents spilling onto the ground. Among the scraps lies a bloodied camera. One of them picks it up with shaking hands, and when he presses play, the screen flickers, showing only a few seconds of footage. Their missing friend, screaming into the lens, "It's right behind me," before the recording cuts off. In static, panic surges through the group. One demands they leave immediately. Another insists they have to find their friend. The argument grows heated until suddenly, a loud thud crashes behind them. They whip around, flashlights slicing through the dark. There, at the far end of the path, stands a shadow. Taller than any man, hunched over, its arms dangling unnaturally long. The creature tilts its head slowly, almost curiously, as the beams of light fall across its pale, stretched face. Its eyes glow faintly red. Its jaw opens wider than it should, revealing teeth jagged and uneven, like shards of broken glass. The explorers freeze, unable to move, as the monster lets out a guttural growl that seems to rattle the air itself. Then it charges. The group scatters in terror, the camera shaking wildly as the holder runs through the maze of cages. Rusted metal crashes, branches snap, and the sound of heavy footsteps thunders close behind. The beam of the flashlight catches glimpses, claws scraping along walls, a twisted silhouette darting between enclosures, impossibly fast. One explorer falls, tripping on a broken pipe. The camera swings toward him as he screams for help, but the others keep running. For a split second, the lens captures the monster pouncing, long arms pinning the fallen man, claws sinking into his chest as the screen blurs with blood. His screams echo, then cut off suddenly. The remaining explorers, now only 2, stumble into the zoo's central square, once a visitor area with benches and food stalls. Now it's nothing but rubble, broken fences and shadows. They huddle together, gasping for air, their faces pale with terror. One whispers, "It's hunting us," like we're the animals. From the shadows, the growl returns, closer, circling them. The camera shakes as they spin, trying to catch sight of it, but the darkness feels alive, as if the creature is everywhere at once. Then, slowly, a pair of glowing eyes emerge from the trees above them. The beast is on the roof of the old reptile house, watching them like prey. The part ends as the explorers scream and run, the camera jolting violently before cutting to black. The screen flickers back on with the sound of rapid footsteps pounding against broken concrete. The 2 remaining explorers stumble through the overgrown pathways, their flashlights swinging wildly. Their breaths are ragged, desperate, echoing through the silence of the abandoned zoo. Behind them, the sound is relentless, claws scraping stone, guttural growls vibrating through the air, heavy footsteps crushing branches and debris. The creature isn't chasing them blindly, it's toying with them, driving them deeper into the zoo. They duck into the ruins of the old aquarium building, its glass windows shattered long ago. Inside, darkness reigns, broken tanks loom like tombstones, and the smell of damp rot fills the air. One explorer fumbles with the camera, whispering shakily, "It's hunting us," like we're trapped in its territory. Suddenly, water drips. From above, not from the ceiling, but from the walls. Thick, dark liquid seeps down the glass of an empty tank. When their flashlight beams hit it, the truth is revealed. It's not water. It's blood. Fresh blood. And inside the tank, etched across the glass, are claw marks that dig deep into the structure. Before they can react, a crash erupts. The creature slams into the aquarium wall, the force rattling the entire building. Dust and shards rain down as the explorers scream, sprinting deeper into the maze-like structure. The camera catches brief flashes, the beast's silhouette darting between tanks, the glint of its claws dragging along walls, its distorted reflection flickering in broken glass. One explorer collapses against a wall, clutching his chest, gasping for breath. The other tries to drag him forward, whispering frantically, "Come on, we have to move." But it's too late. The beast is already there. It drops from the ceiling with an inhuman screech, landing on all fours, its long limbs cracking against the ground. Its pale, stretched face comes into the light, skin tight over bone, jaws gaping, too wide, drool dripping onto the floor. Its eyes burn red in the dark. The explorers scream as the monster lunges. The camera jerks violently, capturing the horrific moment. Claws tearing into flesh, blood splattering across the cracked tiles. One of them is dragged into the shadows, his screams echoing through the halls until they cut off in a sickening silence. The last explorer, alone now, stumbles backward, his flashlight barely working. He trips over a pile of bones, the camera tumbling with him. On the ground, he notices something, a signboard half buried under debris. It reads, "Experimental Habitat, Restricted Area." He realizes something terrible. This creature was never just an escaped animal. It was something else. Something made. Something kept here deliberately. The ground shakes as the beast slams into the wall again, furious at the survivor's discovery. The camera flickers, capturing its snarling face pressed against the glass. The survivor screams, scrambling to his feet, running blindly through a broken exit. The part ends as he bursts out of the aquarium into the open night, the sound of the beast crashing through walls behind him, and the terrible realization that there's no way out of the zoo. Last explorer's camera shakes violently as he stumbles through the broken gates of the aquarium, out into the moonlit zoo. His flashlight flickers, barely illuminating the path ahead. His breath is sharp, ragged, his voice trembling as he whispers into the lens. If anyone finds this, the zoo isn't abandoned. It's a trap. They left it here. They made it. A deep growl cuts him off. The sound reverberates through the empty zoo, rolling like thunder. He spins around, the camera catching glimpses of glowing red eyes circling in the trees. Branches snap, metal cages rattle. The beast isn't hiding anymore. It's hunting openly now. He runs, crashing through overgrown pathways, his flashlight swinging wildly. The zoo feels endless, a nightmare maze. Every corner looks the same. Every gate is locked, every exit blocked by rust and vines. The growl grows closer, louder. Suddenly, the camera captures a horrifying sight, the ground littered with bones. Not just animal bones. Human skulls, rib cages, entire skeletons piled together beneath a collapsed watchtower. Dozens of them. The survivor realizes he isn't the first here. He's only the latest. A screech tears through the night. The beast lunges from the shadows, knocking him to the ground. The camera tumbles onto its side, but still records everything. The explorer crawling backward. Flashlight beam revealing the monster in full for the first time. Its body is twisted. A grotesque fusion of animal and something far worse. Patches of fur mix with raw, stretched flesh. Its jaw splits unnaturally wide, rows of jagged teeth glistening. Its claws glint in the moonlight, drenched in blood. It towers over him, tilting its head curiously, like a predator playing with its prey. The explorer screams, swinging the flashlight at it. For a moment, the light blinds the creature, and he seizes the chance, scrambling into a nearby service tunnel beneath the zoo. The camera jolts as he crawls through the narrow passage, his voice frantic. I can't get out. It's following me. This whole place is its cage. The tunnel trembles as the beast slams into it, claws tearing through the concrete walls. The survivor crawls faster, but the camera catches the monstrous hand reaching in, scraping at his legs. Screams echo. The tunnel shakes, dust falling like rain. Finally, he bursts into an underground chamber, a hidden lab. The walls are lined with broken cages, shattered glass, and faded documents. On the wall, stenciled in peeling paint, are the words, Project Chimera, Subject Number 01. The survivor realizes the horrifying truth. This wasn't an accident. The zoo was never just a zoo. It was a testing ground. The creature was man-made. A genetic experiment combining predator DNA. And it survived. Before he can process the horror, the beast smashes through the wall, filling the chamber with dust and debris. The camera catches its face in full, inches from the lens. The survivor screams, the sound cutting through the static. As the monster lunges, the last thing recorded is the camera dropping to the floor, its lens cracked, capturing only a shaky image of the beast dragging the explorer into the darkness. His screams echo until silence consumes everything. For a long moment, the camera records nothing but static and darkness. Then, faintly, footsteps approach. A hand, not monstrous but human, picks up the camera. A voice, calm and cold, whispers, "Subject containment successful. Prepare the next group." The footage cuts to black.